homes went in. And it shouldn't, vast changes were made to that area where it was. It's important that we put limitations on what they're allowed to do and the time frame they're allowed to do it. And believe me, I know that it seems like everybody wants to either drill baby drill or they want to, get rid of it altogether. And I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting we put in reasonable requirements that protect the residents. Not that protect range, that protect the residents. I think I'm almost done anyway, just let me check my notes. Oh, I have one more thing, so then I'll wrap it up. The other thing, and the final thing I'll talk about is that they require a full infrastructure plan before anything is drilled. Meaning that if there's going to be any kind of pipelines or processing, they get a full infrastructure plan prior to the commencement of any operations in the township. So that in itself gives you a big picture, because now we have this, so they come in and say, well, we have to do this and this and this because we already put the pack up there. It's important that we hold their feet to the fire, so to speak, so that we know what their plan is from day one, what their full, big, overall comprehensive plan is. And I think that's it. Thanks.
I'm trying to think your husband looks like he's seen what's his name? Is anybody else?
Hi, my name is Janet Lanhock, and I live at 16 Jupiter Drive in Cecil. I've been a resident for 25 years. And I'd like to read something. Actually, it was read a little bit earlier, but I'm going to repeat it because I think it's very important. Shale gas development waste is of serious concern. It is exempt from federal environmental legislation so that it is highly toxic and contains radionuclides. It can be transported and disposed as residual waste in the form of liquid, sludge, or solids. Toxins in the waste can be carried by water, as it is in the transport method most commonly used by the fracking process. The waste potentially has been exposed to chemical use in fracking and contains salt, otherwise known as brine, radioactive materials, inorganic and organic compounds, and various gases that are present in the shale. Because the waste is toxic, it should be handled to protect public health. It may contain radium-226 and 228, which are present in the shale. Radium-226 is an alpha emitter, water soluble, and a serious health risk if ingested or inhaled, often as dust. Once ingested or inhaled, radium is treated, and I want you to understand this last sentence, radium is treated by the body as if it was calcium and stored in the bones. My son died from a rare form of pediatric bone cancer, Ewing sarcoma, along with 28 other children in the Greene, Washington, Fayette, and Washington counties in the last 10 years. That is not okay. So I wonder how much money, what dollar amount, Commissioner, can you put on the loss of a child? People were elected here to protect our citizens, and you better damn well do it. To accept one of our frackland tours where you can see the effect of fracking on communities and neighborhoods and families and children. And you tell me that it's safe. You tell me.
My name is Lauren Anderson. I'm at 1559 Network Drive, where my family and I have lived for 10 years now. I want to talk about compliance. Pennsylvania, as we heard before, maintains one of the most comprehensive and stringent regulatory programs in the country governing natural gas development. In addition to enforcing numerous statutes and regulations, the Pennsylvania DEP also oversees inspections and compliance over the industry. The PA DEP currently has the second largest full-time inspection staff that oversees the industry in the Commonwealth, second only to Texas. These inspectors routinely come out to developing and producing unconventional Marcellus well sites. In 2019, the DEP completed almost 20,000 inspections of unconventional Marcellus well sites. According to the DEP reported data, the industry had a compliance rate of 94.9%. The number of inspections in 2019 was the largest of any year since the unconventional Marcellus development, and the compliance rate over the last 3 years has been greater than 93% each of the last 3 years. The level of compliance this industry is achieving, given the number of inspections and oversight for the state, is commendable. As a resident, I understand that DEP's mission is to protect the environment and to make sure companies developing natural gas from the Marcellus Shale follows regulations, adheres to permits, and minimizes impacts. I urge the board, as they review the current oil and gas ordinances, to also to partner not only with the residents here in Cecil, but to also use the Pennsylvania DEP as a resource from a compliance standpoint, and to understand what the state already does regulate when looking at what the local ordinances should be updated to. And I look forward to working with the township as they go through this process. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Ed Jarris. I'm at 4027 Sir James Drive in Windsor Woods. I want to read something real quickly here from the Center for Coalfield Justice, Article 1, Section 27. Article 1 of the Pennsylvania Constitution represents an express statement by the people of their fundamental rights. Thus, Section 27, which is rooted in the Commonwealth's specific history, sets forth fundamental rights. By their presence in Article 1, the rights protected by Section 27 are on par with the other rights in Article 1. These other rights include, of course, the right to free speech and the press, the rights to worship as one pleases, the individual rights to privacy. Section 27 identifies two distinct yet related fundamental rights and corresponding duties. The first sentence of Section 27 tells the people that they have a fundamental right to clean air, pure water, and the preservation of the natural, scenic, historic, and ethnic values of the environment. In turn, the first sentence imposes a corresponding duty on the part of the Commonwealth, including Cecil Township, to refrain from infringing or violating those rights through governmental actions that unreasonably cause actual or likely deterioration of those environmental features. The second sentence of Section 27 tells people that it is a fundamental right that Pennsylvania's public natural resources are the common property of all the people, including generations yet to come. This unambiguously establishes that the people of Pennsylvania own the public natural resources, not the Commonwealth. The third sentence of Section 27 tells people that it is the fundamental right that, as trustee of these resources, the Commonwealth shall conserve and maintain these resources for the benefit of all the people. The third sentence of Section 27 creates a public trust. The people understand that as a provision in the Constitution, Section 27 limits how government can act, no matter the agency or the level of the branch of government, and in such a limitation, the people can seek vindication of these rights through the appropriate channels through Section 27. And other rights of Article 1, the people have the final say directly over the government to which they delegated the authority to act on their behalf in the first place. So basically, as a resident of Cecil Township, I'm a little discouraged by what's what's happened and that it already is in process. That's why there's so many people here tonight to view their point and to say, we oppose this, so.
If you could, thank you.